So hello everyone, I'm Mondoni, and welcome to my review of Kotu's episode 8. I found it a pretty good episode. I think I was a bit lackluster though in the pacing of it. Just generally wise, the good part according to Nisaka and Nejima, and that felt like the typical opening for hentai, right? Like it really did. It really did. We have one guy say that you're beautiful, I believe in you. And it's like, I don't want to do it. You should do it. You're gonna be such a beautiful Juliet. You're gonna be so attractive. Everyone thinks it's adorable. I want to see you in a skirt or a dress. It's like, really? Like, you really want to see me that? Yeah, I can give you a private tour. Like, that's like a typical, like, that it really is that. It's like, you expect pretty much the next scene to be him, like, calling Nejima over saying that, oh, I got this dress now. I would like to show you in, like, private first to, if it looks good on me, because I am self-conscious. Like, okay, I can go over there and like, yeah, and seduce him. Like that, you expect that to happen pretty much in the next scene, right? like super setting up the yaoi storyline there, or after the Cat Festival, he would seduce him, right? Like, way in the dress. That's how you expect pretty much happening, right? It is ridiculous, especially of course if Nejima was playing the other person, if he's playing is Romeo and of course Julia, as he was in the Shakespeare time, right? Yeah, because everyone was a male actor, right? Yeah, especially if that happened, of course, if the main character was playing the male other character, right? That knew definitely it happen in the storyline. So, but I think that took me for a loop a little bit, and I didn't like it, to be honest, because it felt. Oh, sorry, not the actual thing, not the actual thing, but what I didn't like was that. Nisaka was so against it. I didn't like that. That felt so weird. Like, because it would feel like, I also had the lives, I was like, yeah, if it's like a real life event, I guess, like in real life, outside anime world, outside that typical, that kind of medium, I guess it makes sense. But in that medium, it's a trope that you have this, like, a homosexual character that like cross-dressing or want to gender bend again or whatever, and so on, and tries seducing male or female, whatever, how it is, so on like that. And like that was a great situation for him to be like, I'm not that beautiful, but I think this girl would look great in you. And he'd be like, oh, if you say so, maybe I could actually do it, but you want to help me with that? Like, yeah, like such a good setup, and I didn't really like that, to be honest, in the sense that he didn't utilize it right. That's my problem with that episode. It really is, because we have a character that we know is like manipulative, very intelligent, like a trickster kind of character, right? And he's in love with the main character, and he hasn't been able to admit to him that he's gay, right? But he's in love with him and so on. And then we have the main character coming there, like telling him, I wanna see you in this skirt. You're gonna look so hot, dressing up as this beautiful woman. You'll be the perfect Juliet, and like that felt like a perfect setup. Right, the perfect setup for this character, the perfect setup for this character to be like, really, like, yeah, like I mean, even without doing that, he's trying to do the main character, right? And the main character pretty much comes there and hands him like a situation to do it, right? It's pretty much to seduce it. Like it's straight up there. It's just like me. That's the problem that I feel, because it's taken out of like a yaoi boy love manga, pretty much, like straight out of it. Bam! This is a narrative. We go in this narrative here. We have this guy, self-conscious about being dressed as a woman, but he's gay, so he wants to be a. Like, he's like, I don't know. We do not have this account, but let's assume that he's a person born, like a woman born in a man's body that wants to be a woman. Let's assume that's his case. It's something like that. I don't know exactly how he sees himself or how she sees herself, but I think it feels like she's a character. Nisaka is a woman in a man's body that wants to be a woman. That's kind of how she is presented, I would say, generally, many times at least, right? And it's trying to work it out. How can I live my life? That's all. And then we have the person, I use the word she now, the person that she's in love with, coming telling that you will look perfect as Juliet. You are the hottest Juliet we can have. Like, that's like a perfect situation for her to be like, oh, you really think I'm beautiful in a skirt? Like, but Nejima is very nice though. But like, yeah, I really do so. And we see next episode, the preview, that we're gonna have, of course, Nisaka with very beautiful long hair and like this beautiful red dress as well. Because obviously, as a character, regardless of gender, Nisaka is like super shonen. Like Nisaka is presented as the most beautiful character in this anime by far. Like every lady was beautiful. All those meals like, oh, such a beautiful man. So yeah, all this episode they tried to see when he was dressing around. They tried all the girls for the class trying to look at him and so on. Like, he presented as being ridiculously beautiful, as because he's so feminine, right? Really, in a way, mainly perfect skin, like yeah, so on, right? So that scene was like a ridiculous setting up. Then it's like we have this character, main character comes in there, tells her then, see what her there to make it a little more sense that I really see you as a woman, kinda, not really, but I mean the whole aspect is like she wants to be with the main character, So the main character tells her that I think you're a beautiful lady. She's like, really mean that? Because I would love to kind of show you what I can do as a lady, right? Kind of like, and still he then as Nisaka is like, no, I'm not sure I could be a good woman. I mean, like, very self-conscious about it, to the extreme of that. So I think that actually that seemed to me was just so weird, because it's like, man, maybe I watched too many other animes and so on. It's a very similar cross-dressing, gender-bending setup and so on. But this is just ridiculous, because this is straight out of a boiler manga, right? Straight up boiler manga. I feel the author of this manga probably writes boiler manga for this manga, right? Probably. That's how I feel like, this is straight up that. But the character that we have seen earlier, and what I don't like it generally then, of course, is that this is a very inconsistent character trait. Because Nisaka is a very, tricky, very smooth character, right? That talks a lot about his stuff and so on. He tricks him around and so on. He really stolen a kiss for Nejima, right? When he was sleeping and so on. And then Nejima pretty much comes here and hits on him. And it's like, I want to see you in a dress. I want to see you in a beautiful or whatever, female, feminine, so on, right? And it's like, no, I mean, I'm a good woman. It's like, what? This is a perfect situation for you. It's just a perfect, it's too ridiculously perfect, right? That's the problem. This really, say it again, just strictly in this typical media, right? That's very scene you expect it to be almost. And then later on, you'd be like, oh, why can't you come over? Can you come over help me with this dress? Or I'm sewing my own, whatever. Or I bought this underwear, but I don't know if it's attractive enough. Could you please come and help me with that? I want your opinion as a man. Do you think it looks good on me? That kind of weird. That's what you expect pretty much from this scene. It's so strictly out of the boiler manga. And then suddenly, because every other damn scene, he's hitting on the main character, right? Every time he's trying to flirt with him and so on, right? In some way or manipulative, but in some way or other. And this suddenly is no. And that I really didn't like, because it felt like, well, obviously he could be scared. He hasn't been with a man yet, or she, or whatever. She wants to be with a man, of course. She's afraid of taking the last step. Sure, I buy that in that sense. But it's still kind of they're not really at the last step there. This is a scene that would lead to kind of the private bedroom scene in the next scene. And then in that situation, she might be able to say, no, I don't want to do it. Or maybe can we just talk or something, whatever. But it felt like why would you not use this scene here to kind of get to the next step, right? That's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous setup here to get what you want. It's pretty much having it exactly what you've been dreaming about for the whole anime. So I think that scene was just it's so confusing in that sense, especially because it's so set up like that. It's just ridiculously set up. And I mean it in many ways, because the author is clearly using the trope, right, of this genre of boy love and so on, using the genre of that to make it also kind of funny, right? That is, he or she, I don't know the more gender, but at least a woman, I guess, she's setting it up as okay, this is a boy love, this is a boy love. So, and that's why these jokes here works, because they're a little parody of that genre. So that's kind of how it's extreme it's the best. And so that makes the Nisaka character very inconsistent. I really didn't like it in that sense. Maybe I just wanted to see them do it. No, but I don't really felt that. I think that thing could have been more used like that, right? And then I would prefer a next scene. I think that would be funny. I mean, they are doing a parody of a lot of boiler partner. I think it would be a next scene there, in between this crying part, the crying over the festival thing, where Nisaka is maybe that would be next week, but I don't think so. Not a good preview. That she would call over Nejima and say, okay, I have this new really hot dress. Could you help me? Or could you I bought a blue or red dress. Which one do you fit me? like that kind of setup. Like a typical boy setup is like, okay, you said I would be looking beautiful as a woman, so no, I have done these things. I'm weird. It's like whatever. Yeah, like could you please come over here to my house? My parents aren't here, so I can't ask my mom or dad. I need someone's opinion on what I should wear and so on. Like what looks best for me. So I want your opinion as a man, right? Like, yeah, really. I want your opinion as a guy. What makes me look most attractive as a girl? And yeah, it's kind of awkward, but like you said, then he'd be like, well, that sounds kind of weird, but you said I would look good as a girl. Then you said you would help me. Okay, fine, guess. Then get over there, right? And stuff happens, right? Or that could be really like a funny moment then, because you could really paradise that thing. Of course, you wouldn't actually do it, but you would have some jokes about that, and you would kind of like joking, like kind of want to do it, but don't really do it, yeah, and back and forth. So that's kind of what I at least would want otherwise. Like you take it low, take it further, felt a little too safety, right? Like you stopped at that moment where it's like this ridiculous build up for that kind of classic seduction scene, but there's no seduction in it. So kind of a tease. So I didn't like that. On the same time, though, it's kind of weirdly funny scene because we know, of course, as a viewer, that he's in love and he wants to be a woman or whatever. That he's in love with him, and he's kind of self-conscious about it, like how he looks like, I don't know, as a woman or whatever. And this other guy is coming in there to say that you are super attractive, you're the hottest lady here, yada yada, and it's like, wow, this is just really, really pressuring my my sensation here and what I feel. So it's like, yeah, it's just I don't know. I felt the consistency. I think mainly because we also used to comment on from his father, that's like a trickster character as well, no eyes and so on, very similar to his son, right? And then we know that his son is gay and wants to seduce the main character. They're talking about like Nejima. He's like, oh, your father's so nice. He's like, no, he's not nice. He's just pretending because he's a trickster guy. And then as we know he's a trickster, he knows all tricksters right there. And then he's trying to seduce the main character regardless, every other scene. And suddenly it's like the main character is offering as a plater, like on a plate, to be like, okay, please seduce me. Character is like, no. Like, yeah, and there really was no build up for that. It wasn't like we saw Nisaka's some inner monologue, oh, I wanna be with. We didn't see him say like, oh, okay, I wanna be with the main character. I love him. I want to be his husband, wife, whatever it is that. I mean, this system he has to marry, so I don't know how the legality is, right, of this anime. But it's like we kind of have this set up here, and like if it is, he has some inner monologue there, where he'd be like, oh, it's not time yet. If I take him home now today, cross-dress, fix myself, say, by the way, in my room here, I'm just gonna go change some stuff, and it suddenly appears in like a, some mini skirt or whatever at the end. So whatever, that's typical boy story. Like, so if it was in the monologue before that, when he was like, I could do that and try to actually do it with him, and that would be super awesome if that could happen. But he could be scared and say, I don't want to do it yet. I don't think he's ready. I don't think he actually will respond positively if I do it now. I have to wait for X more time, or we have to go on more dates or whatever. Like that. I don't want to push him. Yeah, like if I had that kind of in the monologue, that scene would be like 10 times better. If you just have that, starting it up right, like see him saying that, like I want to be with him, but I don't think he will accept my, like right now. Or maybe he will. Like he's such a nice guy. So, and that actually I would like. Actually, that's something I actually really missed in the scene. And this year's had episodes of that, but like that's something I actually really missed in the scene. Is that I would love if Nejima was like, I probably could seduce and sleep with. Nisaka with Nejima. Yeah, sorry, wrong name. The best eliminator. If Nisaka was like, I probably actually could take Nejima home today, dress up, cross this for him, and actually seduce him. Like I probably can do it. I think he actually will respond to me, and we will actually do it, right? And we will actually make love, right? I think he actually could do that if he had thought about that, but had in the monologue that I could do that, but I think that would be wrong, because I think that Nejima would be with me, so to speak, all the way, because he's such a nice person. That's why I love it, because he's the nicest guy. He will respond to my feelings. If I tell him that I'm gay, he probably will do it with me, just out of like, pity in a way, right? Like that he will do it without me because he feels that I tell him I want to be with a man, I want to be a girl, I want to be, you know, blah, blah, blah. I want to be a girlfriend, right? And please just want to do with someone that kind of way. I think that Nejima, if Nisaka represented him to him very desperate situation, he probably would do it right as his character presented. So if Nisaka had in the model saying, I probably could go all the way with him by using a desperate kind of a plea of please, I wanna, you know, try being, yeah, I wanna experience that feeling. Can you please do it with me? Nejima probably said yes. And I would love then if Nisaka was like, why he didn't try for that, because it was like he should try for that right now with his situation to do that, and he's said that he won't do that. But if he told, no, I don't want to do that, because that would be like abusing my best friend, kind of forcing him to be with me, like, you know, like emotional extortion kind of way. I'd rather go on more dates and like get him to, you know, be in love with me as a man, as a woman, whatever, as a person, and then we will do it. Sort of like he's trying to force him so early right now, because he probably will say yes, and then it will be awkward. He probably will only do it that time, and then he probably never will do it again. Or rather marry him, you know, in X amount of time. Like that, if he had that in the monologue there, and Master said, but he could have like a quite quick thought with that, like, no, I don't want to do it yet because the reason, like, well, I probably could do it, but I don't want to, like, I don't think if he really would do it. Yeah, if that was what's happening there, that scene would have been like that's better. I think it would make much more sense. But those are kind of like, I feel like we as the viewers are supposed to guess that Nisaka didn't want to try to seduce him because it's like, no, that would be too much. So I'm just gonna, like, not, it's too early, so I'm just gonna like let it slide this time, and then next week he's gonna dress up in this cute dress and still try to seduce him a little bit, but not like too much. Like, yeah, gets confusing to me. I mean, it's consistency I don't like, right? Anyway, that's pretty much half the episode, right? Pretty much all the episode. The only thing I have is that the really nice scene with that new friend, which I don't trust at all. Like 1 minute, I missed really nice post, and then we have, Plastic Sun crying, and I just don't trust her. Like that was very, very like, and I thought about it in my live version. I don't like the whole thing with her because she's like very obsessed with him. Like she's been in love with him for 5 years, and she's telling him, "Oh, I've been every day. I am more and more obsessed with you." She says to herself, and that's like a recipe for disaster because she's just creating this like imaginary life with him, and she seems to be lying to Ririna and so on, right? And just creating this like. She's very jealous of Ririna and so on, and she probably knows about Nisaka. She's creating more and more like this like fantasy world with her marrying him. So I think that's like those tears for me feels like crocodile tears because it feels like she's crying to get sympathy right, trying to use manipulative magia. It's very manipulative. So I don't know that. Not much didn't happen in the episode. It was a huge protocol for Nisaka, huge boy like part there. That was like first 12 beats or something. That's like not 5 minutes. Then it was that's like it's a padding filling out part there. So the episode's pretty weak actually, because Nisaka's dad, they have this like lovely moment there in the park talking about cross-dressing stuff like that, and then like nothing really happened at all. Like they were building stuff, like hammering stuff, and then next scene was like the crying scene, which felt very fake for me. But anyway, I guess I hope for more boy love stuff next week though. You didn't like the exist of it. I mean I know the whole reason about Nisaka now, but I really didn't like it. It's like I just hate those kind of moments where you have this character, especially because Nisaka is a character presented as very like calm, you know, collected, somewhat selfish also as well. Yeah, like those kind of motivations there. So he gets this position like, oh, please be with me. he gets what he wants pretty much, right? Like almost. Like he gets like 9 out of 10. It's like number of steps to seduce your best friend pretty much. Right? And he's like, I was at 5 out of 10, and suddenly my best friend he jumped to 9 out of 10 voluntarily. It's like, oh yeah, like that should be his reaction. It's to be like, oh yeah, like later today Hashimoto no is coming out, and I like the main character there in the sense that he's like, oh, my girlfriend hits on me. Oh, nice! I know what to do with her body. Like that is at least more realistic. Like, I love this person. He's hitting on me. You would be like, oh, no, I don't like you. That's a Sundre for that. If you're Sundre, you would do that. But Nisaka is like calm, collected, a little of a manipulative trickster guy. He shouldn't be like, oh, the person I love with me wants to be with me. But the person I love is telling me I'm beautiful. Is telling me he wants to see me in this like, different position, different cross-dressing and so on, right? And it's like, no. I was like, what? Suddenly when you say that, like, it makes no sense. He needed an inner monologue. He needed some motivation, but you completely just 180 his whole like motivation for the whole element so far. It's been trying to seduce the main character. The main character like, okay, I'm ready for it pretty much. Almost suddenly jump to that. It's like, no. Pretty much right. And then he keeps like, oh, but you're so beautiful. You're gonna be the most attractive woman ever. Like keeps like telling him like, oh, I love you. I don't love you, but like I love you. It's like physically wise. Like keeps telling that you're so hot, so beautiful. And it's like, yeah, I am. But no, still. I was like, come on, do it. Fine. Like that's a perfect moment to be like really like you're fishing out that like compliments. Like okay, let's go home to me and look at those dresses. Like come on. No, it's just so inconsistent. Anyway, I think let's make a have a good